Halloween was an overnight success and may have created the most popular slasher villain of all time. So when the rights were purchased by Universal, they immediately wanted him back. But John Carpenter had different ideas and wanted the series to become an anthology, with little to no connection between sequels. But Universal was persistent, so in 1981, Halloween 2 was released. What did it do right? What did it do wrong? Did it stray too far from the original, or not far enough? This is day 2 of the 12 Days of Halloween. Last time on Halloween, after 15 years in a mental hospital, murderer Michael Myers escaped and made his way towards his hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois to finish what he started. After a series of murders including teenagers and 2 dogs, Michael was stopped by Laurie Strode and Dr. Sam Loomis, who shot him 6 times. But Michael got away in just the nick of time to murder once again. What will happen now that Michael is on the loose again? Let's find out. Ben Tramer didn't deserve this. Okay, so here's the deal. I have been completely lazy about this series, so I'm going to go straight into my rankings just so I can speed up some stuff and get all the episodes out on time. So we're going to start out with plot. Overall, Halloween 2 is pretty much a retread of the same ground that Halloween 1 set. It takes place on the same night directly after Halloween 1. Everyone's back, reprising their roles, even the dead bodies of some people. There is an attempt to sort of bottleneck it, if you will, with the whole hospital setting, trying to make it a bit more condensed, a bit more maybe down to earth, but overall it's pretty much just the same thing, but with a different coat of paint. Since it isn't a complete retread, I'm gonna be a bit generous and give it a 3, but I do feel a bit hesitant on that. There's not much that I can say about characters, especially since most of them are from the original and they don't really change too much between now and the sequel since it's only been just a couple minutes. But for all the new characters, mostly the hospital staff, they're all pretty mean-spirited and overall terrible at their jobs. But I'm not going to judge them over what they are or who they are as a person. I want to talk about how they're written. And overall, it seems like they were all written as the same kind of character because they seem to act similarly and they do all the same dumb things that any horror movie or slasher movie character would do. But Loomis is back and so is, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie. And now we have Dick Warlock as the Shape or Michael Myers, doing actually a pretty decent job. He does act a bit robotic, but then again, he is Michael Myers, so you don't really know how he's gonna act. We also have Lance Guest as Jimmy. Overall, he doesn't seem like a very likable character, but that just may be my opinion towards him and another character I'll be getting to in the kills section. But he's also not very good at his job. He's being constantly told not to talk with Laurie, not to create some sort of connection, and that's all he does. He doesn't really have much more to do in terms of the plot. In fact, he's only ever given an actual conclusion to his character in the TV version of Halloween 2, so it really shows how much they cared about him in terms of the theatrical version. So I wasn't really a big fan of the new characters, but for old characters I will give this overall score a 4. Tits are only in one scene, which involves a great kill, which I'll get to on the kills, and it actually creates a pretty interesting sort of mood. I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. I'll give it a 4. Now we're talking kills. Now we have to start off with Ben Tramer because he's going to be the big old meme soon. Loomis thinks that he sees Michael, but it's really just a guy in a mask. Ben Tramer, the guy that Laurie was going to go to the homecoming dance with after Annie set them up in Halloween 1. But Loomis doesn't shoot him. Loomis doesn't kill Ben Tramer at all. He's run over by a police car, they hit an ambulance, and the whole thing explodes. That would have never been done in Halloween 1 because they didn't go for spectacle, they went for ambiance. It's such a divisive kill because it's so funny to figure out that he's the guy that Laurie was going to go out with, but it just doesn't fit with the tone of the rest of the film, or the first one for that matter. Now the scalding hot tub kill was so amazing. First of all, tits, great. But also just the makeup work that was done and just how unsettling it feels, like you're being drowned in hot water. You don't know if you're gonna drown first or burn. It's really great. Another great one was when the nurse was stabbed with a scalpel and she was lifted up, kind of like what Bob did, with her shoes falling off. It's just a really great kill. But that's really it in terms of kills that I liked. The rest were kind of lame, I guess. And a lot of them had more gratuitous blood. Not really what the first one set out to do. Now I'm gonna throw a curveball for acting because I actually think it was better than Halloween 1. I can't really think of any sort of hokey moments in comparison to Halloween 1, or really anything that I can say was necessarily bad. It was all good through and through, and I'm actually gonna give it a 5. Again, sorry for this very short video. It's only me this time, and it's gonna be me for the next 2. I'm just trying to get these out there because after Halloween 4, then things are going to be more inclusive with the other members. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible. Overall, Halloween 2 doesn't do enough to make it stand out from the original. Using my weighted average, here's a pie chart to show how I'm doing this. Halloween 2 gets a 3.65 out of 5. Next time on Halloween, I'll be talking about what happens when John Carpenter gets his way and creates something completely different in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. But until then, thanks for watching and drive safe.